this program by introducing veteran Nick Musseroni. He's going to come up to do the salute to the flag. A little silence, please.
Good morning. Please stand if you are able for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nick. If everyone can take a seat, we'll get started with our program. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our annual Putnam Senior Corps Volunteer Recognition. My name is Irene Politsko, and I am the Volunteer Coordinator for the Putnam Senior Corps program in Putnam County. Thank you. You guys are great. Okay. So, as our rebranded logo states, you, as the Putnam Senior Corps volunteers, are the helping hands across Putnam County. We're grateful to gather today to recognize your remarkable volunteer achievements. We thank you for bringing years of special wisdom, experience, and enthusiasm to help strengthen our Putnam community. Putnam Senior Corps currently has more than 370 senior volunteers, and this number is steadily growing and coming back strong. Together, you successfully donate time and talent in more than 40 locations around Putnam County. Some of the places you give your valuable time and talents to include the libraries, the historian's office, tax programs, the Community Learning Center for Seniors, telephone reassurance, food pantries, thrift shops, literacy programs, Putnam Hospital Center, Community Action Program. At all four of our friendship centers, we have amazing volunteer activity leaders, greeters, and office helpers. Many of you drive seniors to medical appointments, make handmade knit and crocheted items for the elderly and children in need. Some of you run the social clubs for the seniors, and others help many nonprofit agencies in their mission to improve the quality of life for so many individuals in our community. All of you here today have made such a positive impact through your volunteer service and have helped improve the lives of countless individuals. There is nothing more gratifying than being able to bring a smile to someone else through an act of kindness, assistance, or friendship. It is with great pleasure that we honor each and every one of you for your generous donation of volunteer service. Your commitment to volunteering reflects the true spirit of our Putnam Senior Corps program and sets an amazing example for future generations. It reminds us of all the great things that can be accomplished when you give of yourself for the benefit of others. Thank you so much for volunteering, and I look forward to another great year of continued success for our Putnam Senior Corps volunteer program. At this time, I'd like to introduce our Office for Senior Resources Director, Michael Cunningham.
I must start off with a huge thank you to Irene Politsko, our Senior Center Manager and Coordinator for our Putnam County Senior Corps. This event putting together has been an awesome task, and it's been a work of love on her part, and it's really a tribute to all of our volunteers here. Lots of detail, a tremendous amount of care and thoughtfulness. And so thoughtfulness and intent are really important things, because that's really part of what you do as volunteers. She personifies our belief in the value that you provide to our community and the works that are being done by our Senior Corps volunteers. Those of you who are here today, as well as an equal number, if not more, who are not here today and are not able to share in this event with us, but we are here to honor you. This belief and appreciation is also held by our political leaders and/or their representatives who are here with us today and will assist in the ceremonies and the giving of the awards in a short time. Most of us are less than a handful of generations from a community based on village life. Think back to your ancestors and where they may be from and the lifestyle that they came from. And then there were really thousands of years of living in that kind of community or village life type of community. Going back to whatever continent we may have come from in terms of our ancestors. And one of the common elements of that village life is sharing and giving. And that's what you do here in terms of your contributions to the community of Putnam County. That sharing and giving that comes from, really our psyche of generations of village life living. And, we don't live in villages anymore in the way that our ancestors have, but that's what volunteerism is about. And so we thank you for that. And we're here today to honor you and your continuation of this community spirit. So thank you all. I'd like now to introduce our county executive, Kevin Byrne.
Thank you. Please give a big round of applause for our Director of the Office of Senior Resources, Michael Cunningham. And a little shout out, one of our previous directors for the agency, Pat Sheehy. I saw her. Where's Pat? Raise your hand. Where's Pat? There we go. So one of the things I wanted to start, most of you that know me know I've come here and I've spoken before as in my previous role as a state legislator, where initially I actually served as the ranking member of the Assembly's Aging Committee, and then I was on the ranking member of the Health Committee. And I learned a lot about how our state and how it partners with county government to support some of our most vulnerable communities, including our seniors. But I also learned about what seniors do for our community and how they volunteer, and how, especially in Putnam County, that we rely on the services that you all provide to support and help our communities thrive. I did want to make sure I gave a special shout out to some of our representatives from the state legislature. I'm a former assemblyman, so I wanted to represent the staff from the Assembly first, the People's House. I know we have representatives from Assemblywoman Levenberg's office and Assemblyman Slater's office. I understand we also have representatives and the staff from Senator Rollison's office and Senator Harkin's office. They're actually in session right now up in Albany. Our Putnam County Sheriff, Kevin McConville, was here. Oh, he's still here, right here. Give it up for our Sheriff, Kevin McConville. He has to hustle up there later today to get, all the honors and accolades because he's doing a great job. Putnam County, actually, earlier this year, we were ranked the healthiest county in New York State. Did you know that? Yeah. And we have consistently been ranked one of the safest counties in all of New York, one of the safest counties across the country. And that's because of a lot of people. It's because of our volunteers. It's because of the people who live here, who work here. And it's also because of our brave men and women in law enforcement. Our Putnam County Sheriff's Office is blessed to have a leader in Sheriff Kevin McConville. I was coming in, and you might notice I have this bandage on my hand. So instinctively, everyone comes to me and says, "Oh my gosh, Kevin, what did you do to your hand?" It's an old injury that I have from over 20 years ago, and I bring this up because last week I was playing golf for the first time in close to 8 years. I'm awful at golf. At a golf outing for the Fraternal Order of Police, the Jim O'Neill Memorial Golf Outing. And I'm there with my old man, who's now a senior, living in Mahopac with my lovely mother, also a senior. And I'm playing golf with, or I was told, you golf, you don't play golf, you golf, with his pals, his old buddies. And they're all talking about their old injuries and how their back hurts and their knee hurts. And I'm talking about my little finger injury from the wrestling mat 23 years ago in high school. So, and then the next day, I had, over the weekend, I had my 3-year-old's birthday party. And I see there's a balloon up there. The party wasn't here. I don't know where that balloon's from, but that balloon is from someone's party. But when you have a 3-year-old, the grades start to pop in a little bit. So I'm not quite a senior. I am not the youngest county executive, but I am one of the youngest. Peter Alexanderson beat me out. He was, I think, 34 years old, and I'm 38. But we've gotten a lot done over the years, and we've come a long way because people that led Putnam County in numerous capacities. They've led in the volunteer sector, they've led in government. We have tremendous partners at the federal, state, and local level when we talk about the public sector. My predecessor actually put forward the name change for the Office of the Aging. So when Pat Sheehy was the director, it was the Putnam County Office of the Aging. I think she was the director when it changed, unless, Mike, was it you? No, it was Pat. And they changed it to the Office of Senior Resources to make it more welcoming, more inclusive to all of our seniors. And I find it very fitting that shortly thereafter, just a couple of years ago, they changed the RSVP program, which I was very familiar with as a state legislator, but if you weren't, you had no idea what that was. It made it sound like you were, RSVPing to a birthday party. So Putnam Senior Corps is so much more fitting. And some of the highlights that I want to just cover that were brought to my attention from earlier this year that I think segues really in with what you all do. Our volunteers from the Putnam Senior Corps have already provided valuable services that address the needs of our community, and they're averaging a total of 34,000 volunteer hours per year. Now, New York State places an average cost per hour on what it would take to pay someone, and they added that up to a cost that would equal close to $1.2 million. So our Putnam Seniors Corps, our volunteers, what they do in Putnam County, I'm not just talking about taxpayer dollars, I'm not talking about county, I'm talking about county, town, village. Every service that we provide, our seniors are providing a tremendous amount of service and help by volunteering. So please give yourself a big round of applause. I'd also be remiss if we didn't highlight the actual honorees this year, our Senior of the Year. I remember, there's a couple of former Seniors of the Year here that I saw. I've honored them up before in Albany in what's called the Egg. It's like this half-shaped theater up in Albany at the state capitol. So hopefully people that go up there, they can enjoy themselves. But our Senior of the Year, Barbara Hitchcock, our Community Service Award, Rosemary Flynn, Community Service Award, Martin, oh man, I'm going to mess up last names, I'm sorry, Martin Shmura? Yep. All right. Rosaline D., Jamie Hustis, Margaret Ryan, congratulations to all of you. It's my understanding that our remarkable Putnam County legislators will be the one presenting you with your certificates and awards later this morning, but I just want to make sure I gave you a special shout out and extended my congratulations as well. 370 volunteers. I mentioned the 34,000 volunteer service hours. That's 370 volunteers that provided services at more than 40 different stations. And I find it really remarkable. You look at the program and a list of the 40 different stations. And there's so many that speak to me that I've gotten to know over the years. Public libraries, the hospital center. I actually worked for the American Heart Association. Does anyone? This is dangerous. Has anyone here volunteered for the American Heart Association? Raise your hand. No? I was the regional director for the AHA years ago. Volunteer fire department. It's truly remarkable, all the different stations that you provide support for. I also want to make sure I give a big shout out to our team in Putnam County Office of Senior Resources. I mentioned the director, but it's not just one person, it's not the management, it's the entire department. So I want you to please give a big round of applause for the entire staff at the Office of Senior Resources. Our seniors that volunteer at our friendship centers, our senior centers, the senior center at the Kohler Center in Mahopac, Putnam Valley, Butterfield, Cold Spring, the Carmel, Donald B. Smith campus, all those places where you touch seniors from throughout the county. Thank you. It's not a secret that Putnam County has a growing senior population. It's 25% of our total population with a growth rate at 41%. That's compared to New York's growth rate of 25%. That tells you that how important seniors are to us today, but also how important they are going to be to this community, to this county moving forward, because that number is only going to grow. So again, on those final thoughts, I just want to say thank you to everyone for being here. Congratulations to all the honorees, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, County Executive Byrne. Okay, so at this time, how this will work is we're going to honor each one of our honorees. The legislator will come. They have a few words, a bio for each one of them, and that's how the program will proceed. So at this time, let's join together to celebrate our wonderful honorees. We will begin with the 2023 Senior of the Year, Barbara Hitchcock. Thank you, Barbara, for all your volunteer services. And at this time, I would like to invite Legislator Ginny Nasarino. You can have a seat if you like. No. Okay. You're right here. If you need to sit, it's right here. Okay.
Good morning. It is my honor to present this year's Senior of the Year. Good morning. Is this on? Okay. Good morning.
Closer.
This year's Senior of the Year, Barbara Hitchcock, was born at Peekskill Hospital on April 16, 1941, and is a lifelong resident of New York State. She spent her early years at Peekskill until moving to Mahopac with her husband, Albert, in 1969. Together, they had 2 children, Albert and Catherine, and settled nicely into the Mahopac community with their children attending Mahopac schools. Barbara and her husband were avid members of the Putnam Fish and Game, where she began volunteering by organizing annual Christmas parties, egg hunts for the children, and various events for members' families. Over the years, Barbara has been blessed with 5 grandchildren: Jessie, Gina, Barbara, Ashley, Ava, Brian, and 3 great-grandchildren. Barbara's professional career spanned 31 years as a nurse's aide. She loved being able to assist those in need during very critical times in their lives. Her joy of helping others has carried over into her senior volunteering as well. For 17 years, Barbara was a Bible study assistant at the Hope and Life Church in Carmel, where she made the annual books used by the children for Bible study. Shortly after, Barbara's husband passed away in 1997. She began volunteering at Putnam Hospital Center. Her volunteering skill set was used in various areas of the hospital, including the ambulatory surgery, reception desk, and main lobby reception. Barbara has also been a longtime member of the Putnam Hospital Auxiliary Board. As a member of this board, she is one of the organizers of the annual Putnam Hospital Center Kids Day. By 2008, Barbara joined the Retire Senior Volunteer Program, which is known today as the Putnam Senior Corps. She began at the Eagle Eye Thrift Shop and currently continues volunteering at the main lobby reception desk and wherever needed at the Putnam Hospital Center. Since Barbara joined our team, she has volunteered an amazing 15,000 plus hours over the years for Putnam County. When asked what advice Barbara would give about volunteering, she said, "You must get out and move and keep busy to live a healthy, productive life. And money is not everything. It's more the joy I get from helping others, and it makes me feel great." Barbara personifies the meaning of volunteering, doing good work without wanting recognition or praise. She's an amazing volunteer, and we are lucky to have her as part of our Putnam Senior Corps family. Congratulations, Barbara, being awarded. Everything will be
give you all of the awards. Will be you can collect them.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Do you want to say a word or two, Barbara? No, that's okay. No? Okay. Barbara's shy. She doesn't want to say anything. Congratulations again, Barbara. So at this time, we'd like to honor our first Community Service Award recipient, Rosemary Flynn. First, please join me in welcoming... Rosemary Flynn. Okay. Quickly though, but just before we start this, we were told that there is a car blocking the golf carts in that area that belongs to Thomas Costello. Is he here? If you could just please move the car, thank you. Okay, so moving along, Rosemary Flynn is our first Community Service Award recipient. And please join me in welcoming Town of Carmel Supervisor Michael Kazari, who is here to honor Rosemary and all her wonderful volunteering.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm now a legislator, right? Yeah. So, congratulations, Rosemary Flynn. Thank you. Our 2023 Community Service Award winner. Rosemary Flynn was born in New York City on December 15th, 1952, and has been a lifelong resident of New York State. She completed her bachelor's degree in accounting from Iona College and continued with her education to complete a master's degree in finance. This led Rosemary's professional career as an accountant and a financial analyst. Rosemary met the love of her life, and they were married in 1979. They continued their early years of marriage and careers enjoying life in the Big Apple. In 1985, they made the decision to leave the hustle and bustle of Manhattan and move to Putnam County, where they currently reside in Mahopac. Rosemary has been an active volunteer with our Putnam Senior Corps volunteer program for 7 years. She has been an integral member of St. John the Evangelist Food Pantry, keeping track of Putnam Senior Corps volunteers at that station. She welcomes new members to the food pantry and organizes the quarterly reporting process and records. In addition to St. John's, Rosemary is also a volunteer with the Putnam Senior Corps office, where she happily assists with any large mailing or projects that come up at the Mahopac Friendship Center. Outside of Putnam Senior Corps, Rosemary has volunteered with the office at St. Augustine's in Ossining. She currently can be found cheerfully volunteering at the Elks Lodge, helping at bingo games, family events, and making Easter baskets for the member family children, and working with the veterans. Rosemary is a wonderful volunteer, and her works of kindness are an inspiration for us all. She is always willing to lend a helping hand. When asked for advice to give other volunteers, Rosemary said, "I do it because it is fun and rewarding. The people you get to meet along the way are lovely and a joy to be around." We are truly grateful to have Rosemary as a member of our Putnam Senior Corps family. Congratulations. Thank you. Where's her stuff? Can I give it to her?
Oh, you're going to do the...
Oh.
Excuse me. Okay, so we're good. So all of the awards, did you want to say something? No? I'm good. Come on. Okay, congratulations, Rosemary. So at this time, we'd like to honor our second Community Service Award recipient, Martin Schmora. Please join me in welcoming District 6 Legislator Chair Paul Yonke, who has some words to say about Martin and his dedication to our volunteer program. Thank you.
Good morning. Congratulations.
We just got to hold it real close. Yep. And into this too.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. It's my honor to congratulate Martin Chamorro this morning on his award for the 2023 Community Service Award. Congratulations. Marty Chamorro was born on April 6th, 1940. You don't mind them telling
No,
you how
not
old?
at all.
And raised on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. As a young man, he spent 8 years as a Navy civilian ordnance machinist at the Brooklyn Navy Yard. His professional career began as a teacher. After 3 years of teaching for the city of New York, Martin transitioned into various positions with the Board of Education, where he continued his professional career for 33 years. In 1959, Martin married his wife Ann and moved to Staten Island, where they had 2 wonderful children, Catherine and Martin. As time went on, their family grew, and he is currently blessed with 3 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. Martin retired from the Queens Board of Education as a building trade construction supervisor in 1999 and moved to the sunny state of Florida. Shortly after moving to Florida and after Martin's wife passed away, he made the decision to begin volunteering at the Hope Hospice of Lee County, and as a thank you for helping him through a difficult time. After 13 years in Florida, Martin moved back up north to Putnam County with his partner Jane, and they currently reside happily in Brewster. Martin continued his love of volunteering by joining Putnam Senior Corps in 2018. He began as a volunteer with the Mayapack Computer Learning Center for Seniors and has since moved on to volunteer driving with the Demand Response Medical Transportation Group. Martin is known for his friendly and thoughtful personality. He is always willing to help as needed, even at the last minute. A big part of Martin's volunteer driving is transporting veterans to medical appointments. He commented, "I find driving the veterans extremely rewarding. We wouldn't have what we have today without them." Amen. When asked for his advice about volunteering, Martin said, "A lot depends on your circumstances. With my wife passing early on, I felt the need to give back to groups that help me and help others lead happier lives. We are grateful and very lucky to have a volunteer like Martin on our team. He embodies the true meaning of volunteering and helping others in need." Thank you, Martin. This is all yours. I guess you get to take it later.
You can take it here.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Okay, congratulations again, Martin, and thank you, legislator. So, at this time, we'd like to honor the first of 3 individuals receiving a humanitarian award. Rosalind Day. And also, please join me in welcoming District 3 Legislator Tony Adonisio, who will give more detail into the talented and amazing background of Rosalind's volunteering.
Thank you.
Just hold it real close.
Yes, I will.
And then this is for Brian
Okay.
there.
Okay. Congratulations. Congratulations, Rosalind. It's an honor to represent and present this to you this morning. Not evening. It's not evening yet. Rosalind Day was born on July 14, 1937, in West Africa. For most of her lifetime, Rosalind lived overseas. She met the love of her life, Hudson, and they raised 2 wonderful children, son Ulrich and daughter Hudsony. Today, Rosalind is the proud grandmother of 6 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren. Congratulations. Rosalind's professional career was working in the office of the Criminal Investigation Department of her local police department. Over the years, Rosalind traveled to and from West Africa to the United States to visit with her children who had settled here to raise their families. In 2015, after Rosalind's husband passed away, she moved permanently to the United States. This is Rosalind's 5th year volunteering with Putnam Senior Corps. She began with the Homebound Outreach Group, creating beautiful, full-size blankets for donation to the nursing homes, veterans homes, our homebound meal seniors, and unmet needs group. Rosalind has volunteered over 6,000 hours of her time and talent to create these beautiful blankets that bring joy and happiness to anyone who receives them. That's amazing, 6,000 hours. Thank you so much. In addition to Homebound Outreach, Rosalind is an activity leader at the Carmel Friendship Center. Per site manager Lisa, Rosalind is first to volunteer in any way needed to make sure the dining room runs smoothly. She assists with setting up the daily coffee station, serves lunch, helps with bingo, and runs the ceramics group. When asked to give advice to other volunteers, Rosalind sincerely replied, "Living in West Africa was like living in a third world country. I feel extremely blessed to live in this wonderful country of the United States. Be thankful for all you have and volunteer to those who don't." Rosalind is a breath of fresh air, always happy, and we are truly grateful to have her here in our Putnam County senior family. Thank you again. Congratulations. Would you like to say a few words? No? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Rosalind. And thank you, Legislator Adonisio. So our second humanitarian award is being presented to Jamie Hustis. Jamie, come on down. Please join me in welcoming District 1 Legislator Nancy Montgomery, who will give us more insight into our fun-loving, dedicated volunteer Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Just hold it close, and this is for Brian up there.
Thank you. I love this program so much. Putnam Senior Corps Volunteer Program. Can't think of a better way to honor our older adults and all they do for our county, for our communities, for our small towns and villages.
I'm going to faint.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'll hold on to you. I just want to thank our state and federal officials and the representatives who are here, because a lot of the funding that supports these programs comes from them, and the county makes great use of it and organizes these great programs. You know, I love reading Jamie's bio that was written, not by me, but I can just look at Jamie and I feel like I'm home, because she represents everything that my community is about. Every time I see her, actually, I think I'm supposed to talk into this one too, is that, I don't know what, no, I'm okay. All right, great. Every time I see Jamie, whether it's sitting on a bench on Main Street in Cold Spring or for years greeting me at the pizza place, I could honestly say I kind of felt like Jamie and her husband Charlie raised all the kids of Cold Spring. But Jamie was born, come closer to me so I can read. Jamie was born on December 28, 1955 at Butterfield Hospital, where I was born too. It's ironically where the current Phillipstown Friendship Center is located today. She is a proud Blue Devil, having attended kindergarten, elementary school, and high school at Haldane, my alma mater too. At a very young age, Jamie married her husband Scott, and they preceded the fast-paced military life and spent years traveling in places including North Carolina and Cuba. In 1976, Jamie made a major life change and decided to move back and settle down permanently in our beloved Cold Spring. And after more than 6 years, she was reacquainted with the beloved Charles, her friend, her old friend from high school. They eventually married, and together they share a wonderful son, Charles Jr. At the same time, Jamie spent most of her career in the food service industry, where she retired from the Haldane School District cafeteria, where I first got to know her very well as a student. She's been a volunteer at the Putnam Senior Corps for almost 5 years. She began as an activity leader at the Phillipstown Friendship Center, using her amazing skill and talent in leading the Quilting and Knitting Club. The beautiful quilted creations were gifted to area older adults, and homebound clients. Currently, Jamie serves as a greeter at the Phillipstown Friendship Center. Her bubbly and sweet personality, that's just a light wherever you go in Cold Spring, brightens the day of attending seniors. Jamie assists with new client registrations, helps serve delicious meals, recruits friends for puzzle making, and leads a helping hand to anyone who needs it. When asked to give advice about volunteering, Jamie said, "Don't be shy. If you put yourself out there, that's the best way to make new friends and learn how to help others." I can honestly say I am so honored to be presenting this to Jamie Eustace. She truly exemplifies all that service means to me. She sets a great example for me. And as Matthew said, whatever you do to the least of my people, that you do unto me. And that's what Jamie does day in and day out. That's what you all do as these senior volunteers. That's what we do for our communities. That's what we do for our countries. That's what we do whether we're black or white or living in a different country. And I really appreciate all the service that all of you have given, and especially you, Jamie.
Thank you.
Thank you, legislator, and thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
Yep, you want to say something? No? Have no takers today. So at this time, I'd like to introduce our third humanitarian award recipient, Margaret Ryan, or better known as Maggie. Please join me in welcoming District 8 Legislator Amy Sage as she elaborates a bit on the volunteering and talented background of Maggie and what has led her to volunteering.
Morning. Congratulations. So excited for you.
You just got to hold that close.
Hold it close
And
to
this
my
is
face.
for Brian, too.
Okay. Well, good morning. And I'm so happy and honored to be presenting Margaret Ryan with the 2023 Humanitarian Award. Maggie Ryan was born December 16, 1947, and is a longtime resident of Mahopac Falls. She's a proud mother of daughter Lee. Margaret's professional career was a scenic artist, and her last job before retirement was managing the sets of a popular children's educational program that most of you know is Sesame Street. Maggie transferred her amazing artistic talent to our Putnam Senior Corps volunteer program, where she began volunteering in 2014. She started as an art class instructor at the Mahopac Friendship Center, teaching watercolor, acrylic, and drawing to our seniors. Over the years, she's volunteered and taught similar classes in Phillipstown, Cold Spring, and has made an artistic home base in Putnam Valley. The seniors are so appreciative of her talent and skill in assisting them with their own art creations. Maggie not only showcases her artistic talent volunteering with different art mediums, but is also a volunteer with our Homebound Outreach Program group, where she creates beautiful knit crocheted items and donates them back to those in need. For 8 years, Maggie has also been an active volunteer with the Eagle Eye Thrift Shop, affiliated with Putnam Hospital Center. When asked to give other volunteers advice, Maggie said, being on your own can get depressing. So get out there, get out of the house, and meet people. Everyone can be helpful and useful to someone by volunteering. Maggie is a valued member of our Senior Corps family, giving thousands of hours of time, artistic talent, and creativity back to others for more than 9 years. She embraces the meaning of humanitarian, and we are beyond grateful for her sharing her amazing talents with us. So I thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, legislator, and congratulations again, Maggie. So once again, I'd like to just give a tremendous thank you to all of you as volunteers in our Putnam Senior Corps program, and a special thank you and for all our 6 honorees here today. If you could just stand one more time and let's give them a big round of applause, please. So we're going to continue our event, today's special event, actually, with the wonderful brunch buffet. But before we do that, Michael Cunningham has a few more words, and you want to introduce? Yes.
So there was 6 great stories that were shared with us today, and it's awesome. You know, the backgrounds of all of us, are also great stories. But it's great. We really appreciate hearing those today. We have up at the table here commendations and awards that we didn't hand out for the sake of time and not to be fumbling with a lot of paper. But these are important commendations and recognition for the 6 individuals that received awards today. Some of them include, as mentioned earlier, representatives from federal and state government. So I'd like to ask those individuals just to stand when I call them out. We have representing U.S. Congressman Mike Lawler, Donna Ciapparino. Representing New York State Senator Stacey Bottoms, Stacey's Deputy District Director. We have representing Assemblyman Matt Slater, Kyra Bruner, Kyra's District Director. And we have representing New York Assemblywoman Dana Levenberg, we have Victoria Cararelli. And she's the Chief of Staff. Okay, as we're getting ready for brunch, I'd like to introduce our sheriff, Kevin McConville, to say a few words and to lead us in grace.
Thank you, Mike. To the honorees, congratulations. You're all champions, all of you that volunteer. Please join me in prayer by bowing your head. We cannot love God unless we love each other. And to love each other, we must know each other in the breaking of bread, and we are not alone anymore. Heaven is a banquet, and life is a banquet too. Even with crust, where there is companionship, love comes with community. May the love that is in your hearts pass from your hands to all of us as we help each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. And I'm looking for Irene for direction on our next steps. Are we ready to eat, Irene?
Thank you. Okay. Once again, thank you to all our honorees. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to all our dignitaries who are present here today and for making the trip to join us.